In 3.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
End of demo. Don't f around with shotguns. The world that we, you, I, us, we actually live and work in and teach in, and you guys do your YouTube in. Most people, are not going to get in a fight at 150 yards. They're going to get in a fight at 15 feet, okay, is going to be a lot more likely. If you hit somebody with this gun at the length that is realistic, you will take a chunk of shit off of them. When I was a cop, I've seen people shotgun shot. And I've seen people survive with the whole side of their face blown off is the one that sticks in my mind, because when we went there, the first thing I saw on the ground, was a jawbone with all the teeth and a whole bunch of blood. I very vividly remember being in Iwakuni, Japan in the hospital when I was gunshot, and the guy right across from me, had taken a shotgun round, from a booby trap right below the knee and was like missing his leg. And I was always, well, wow, so kind of as a young person, 18 and 19, that's the first time you really seen somebody shot with a shotgun. Okay, kind of go, damn, that don't look so good because you only got one leg now, okay? Good. Multiple projectiles make a potential for more holes? Absolutely. Okay, if you're shooting double-aught buck, they're 30-plus caliber holes. I hit the guy with 9 pellets, I put 9 holes in them. That's got to be better than shooting them with 1 round of 9mm. Okay, they're more destructive, okay? A shortcoming to that is today with body armor, even level 3 armor is going to stop like double-aught buck, all right? But it doesn't mean they won't be sucking air in for a week after you thump them in the sternum with it, okay? So there's always that balance for the gun. Big thing with a shotgun always, if it doesn't work, it's just like the other firearm. If it doesn't work, shoot it again. Not necessarily faster, but shoot it again. The redeeming value is if I'm shooting a 9mm, I shoot 1 round, I get that round. If it doesn't work and he's coming, I only still have another single projectile to follow another one, which is why people panic, and shoot 10, 20, 30 rounds, Where this thing, it'll throw a pattern. If it's not working, you throw another pattern, and then you throw another pattern, and now I have 27 holes in this guy. And it doesn't need to be pretty. If you put a half a load of double-aught buck, 3 pellets, and they go right where my hand is, you're gonna get a response. If I put all 9 right here, I'm gonna get a response. Is it going to be the same response? I don't know. Who are you fighting? Are they on drugs? I mean, you could be in the great state of Oregon and the guy you're fighting is completely loaded on meth and legal, okay? Just so I don't know. In theory, there are positive aspects. So in a lot of cases, like I said here, the gun may be more minimally effective. You've heard things like street sweeper, trench broom, alley cleaner, hand and Doc Holliday, the shotgun to go to the OK Corral. And the idea is just a lot of people are scared of them, like in the sense of, oh shit, shotgun. My first FTO when I was a baby cop, he pump the action on a shotgun, now psychologically intimidate your opponent. I think all that stuff is bullshit. Last thing I want to do is tell people, what gun I have. The other thing with that is based on who you are, what you are, and what you're doing. If you pump the gun, you might throw a round on the ground. And a significant shortcoming of these gun guys, and it happens so quick, is they're out of ammo. The single biggest manipulation skill you can have with a revolver or shotgun is loading the gun, You got to know how to load the gun. You got to practice loading the gun a lot because it's empty a lot really fast in a fight, And people go, well, I got 8 rounds. It's empty really fast because we already know how the key works. What I think I shot, I call it police math. We shot 6 rounds. No, we actually shot 36. But people lose track of where they are, especially in stressful situations. So manipulation and loading is a big deal. Probably, like I said, I think one of the drawbacks of the shotgun is a limited ammunition capacity. A guy goes, 8 rounds, yeah, I got it, But it's still in a world where everyone carries 21 round pistols and 40 round ARs and 50 round AKs, This really doesn't have a lot of ammo. So ammunition management's really cool. You got to put it at the top of the pedestal, and be thinking of it all the time. If I'm shooting the gun, load the gun every time you get an opportunity to load it. In the beginning, I think one of the things that you should work on the most, and I work on pretty much, is like empty loads. The idea that you take a single round. It could come off of a pouch or something like that, as far as having it on the side of the gun. Probably with a shotgun, to be honest, you'll fight with what's in the gun or on the gun. So the idea of running back down the hallway at dark 30, finding another box of shells, you know what I'm getting at here? So if you pick it up like in home defense mode, you'll fight with what's in the gun or on the gun. So that's the reason to always have spare ammunition. It comes in a couple different configurations. You have a configuration where the Velcro side saddle, that's very popular now today. They have the inserts that are easily replaced. That one runs down, he simply strips it, peels it, pulls another one out, slaps it on the side. Jack will give you an idea about an empty load. And like we talked about on the shotgun, fancy stuff, okay? Because we have one present, okay? The idea of being arguable about whether the case heads are up or down. If you go along and you're running the gun really hard in a case like this, okay, like we'll do later when we shoot like a rolling thunder drill, sometimes if they're down, the weight will help carry it out and fall on the ground, so it's not unusual to see people drop them. If I was doing something that I pretty much needed to not lose any ammunition, my inclination would be to have brass up so that when I was working the gun, the weight of the ammunition is not gonna make it drop out of the elastic thing, okay? And if you're using these, okay, I don't leave them loaded. Like in other words, if you got 10, like have 2 loaded, okay, one on your gun, one wherever else you want it, okay, and then have the other ones at rest because the elastic dies. That's the only problem with them. But that said, they're not that expensive, so buy 100 of them, quit being a bitch, okay? You know, like load the things up and have some that you have put back so you're good to go there, so it should work out pretty good. In empty loads, if you look at it, if you want to come up here, Jack. So this finger controls the top, the little finger controls the bottom, and this is going to be the shove it finger. So I basically have it in here. My motto in my head, because I'm like old, is I grab, okay, I seat, I push, and then I grasp the front of the gun. So what it would look like in sort of slow motion, he's going to get the shell, he's going to put it in the side, he's already going to hit the activators, okay? So he's got basically in there and seat. And then the other deal, did he go, well, the seat didn't make sense there. The action's open, but if he was going to put another round in right now, he reached back and grabbed another one. Then he would grab it, he would seat it at the bottom of the mag well, okay? And then push it into the tube, i.e. loading the second round, okay? And then grasp the front of the gun. So that's where grab the shell, seat the shell, push the shell. As soon as it drops in, no shake and bake, okay, not shaking, not stirred, it's not James Bond. Drop the bitch in, hit the button, close the action, and get after it, okay? So, and then when you load, your load for underneath and the mag tube will be consistent as far as grabbing it, okay, seating it and pushing it.
So violin loading, I come here, I already loaded one in the chamber, but if I need to plus up the tube or if I ran out of stuff from here, I can bring it up and over my shoulder. Now it's resting and I can drive the ammunition in here while still keeping that awareness, right? I can move and do this. So I can move around, walk around, get my stuff going, and now I'm back up and hot. But I'm resting it on my shoulder, so it's really comfortable to stay here for a long period of time and get this load going. Okay, cool, questions on that?
Action types, you guys already know. Big trend now is semi-automatics, okay? Everybody knows it. Not even any sense in going. If we start at it from the old days, single double barrels, this is what our great-great-grandfathers brought, okay? Your grandfather, they had them and they shot them in Civil War side-by-side guns, okay? And then it went to the stagecoach, okay? All that. Probably one of the really first most prolific pump guns was the Winchester 97, the trench guns. They took them, into the trenches and fought with them. Hell, we had them in Vietnam, okay? So like, same thing. My opinion, not my fact. Shotguns aren't worth a shit in triple canopy jungle, okay? Because there's too much stuff to stop them. You're probably better so, but give you an idea. So singles and doubles, pump actions, Probably, even though semi-automatics are the trend, if you just went from house to house in America, you'd find more pump guns than anything else. The gas gun's okay, whether it's gas or recoil operated. Some like the Benelli's okay recoil, some are gas. Which one's better? I don't know. I think if you shoot good ammo, both of them are gonna be reliable. The one thing I do know that if you're using a recoil gun, okay, you gotta be careful if you're fighting from the ground. Like if you're knocked down on the ground, you gotta make sure you provide enough resistance, but that's no different than a limp wrist with a pistol. In other words, we have to put enough ass in the gun to make sure that it can reciprocate and cycle. The other thing that is an advantage, so it's an asterisk for us, is if you understand the gun, there's a broad spectrum of use in the gun that most people don't understand. It's a very diverse gun if you're willing to step up to the plate and understand what it does. It can literally go from a rifle, okay, to like I can go bird hunting on a survival mode if I need to. Like in my time frame, guys that always complain because they couldn't hit a man-sized target at 50 yards with double-aught buck. But if I shoot at a guy at 60 yards, I can't get pissed off if I don't hit him because I'm trying to make custom cabinets with a chainsaw. That's not what the gun's supposed to do. If they're 60 or 70 yards away, then that would be a transition to a rifled slug, okay, to turn it back into a rifle. Put one in the mag tube slug, cycle it one time. Yeah, I dropped around on the ground, but I got the ammunition choice that I wanted for a guy behind a car at 75 yards. So that would be the way to work that one.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, rifle slugs are that good, why don't I use them in the house? Because if you live in an apartment complex, the son of a bitch is gonna go through the whole building before it stops, okay? So, I worked for a guy one time in Arizona, and he was not a shotgun guy, he was a rifle guy. But his idea of a shotgun was always to stuff it full of slugs. And I go like, why don't we just use a rifle, okay? So like, if you don't have, and you don't need the different kinds of ammunition to fight with. I mean, you shot a guy in the hallway with a rifled slug in the center line, I got news for you. He's like gonna be like, get an owie. But why not take advantage of the options with the gun, okay? So I wanna like, okay, we're starving, I'm gonna go out and shoot a quail. And I shot him with, like double-aught buck bazooka load. Well, I got 2 feathers, a pair of lips, and a foot to eat, okay? No, wrong round, okay? So you got an idea. It does a lot of stuff. I always mention the movie El Dorado with John Wayne, where Jimmy Kahn shoots one round and it's in the street, and everything downrange gets hit. I mean, and the gun's about that big. Signs fall, shit falls, lights go out, okay? And I kind of go, bullshit, okay? So that's not what they do, all right? So it's cool. The most consistent thing about this gun is that it's inconsistent. And as soon as you just man or girl up to that and go like, yeah, I got it. So literally, if you go to the store, okay, this is my defense gun, this is what I'm gonna use. I buy one of every 5-pack of ammunition that I can get, and then I shoot that shit, okay? And find out because you'll find out that yours likes Winchester slugs and his likes Remington slugs, okay? So that means it falls on us as the owner to pattern it and find out what's gonna be best, okay? And it isn't even like pistol. Pistol, you buy a couple, 3,000, 4,000 rounds, you go out and shoot. That's not it at all with a shotgun. A shotgun, maybe a couple hundred rounds of whatever. Find out what it is. This is the stuff that works in my gun, okay? And then go that way rather than just flinging money at it, okay? Guy goes, well, I can't get any ammo right now. All I can get is like lead pellet, double-aught buck, 9 pellet. Buy it. Do if that's all you can get. But I gotta know what the limitation is on the thing, so. And then there's a lot of stuff that's goofy. So I always caution the people, a guy goes, yeah, I got this ammunition called Dragon's Breath. Yeah, it's full of magnesium, shoot it in your house, burn your house down. I don't know if you got the bad guy, but you burned your house down, and it will. I mean, I shot one time and set the whole range in Texas on fire. For most people, from a training perspective, noise and recoil. They're a little bit louder or not, okay? And they definitely have more recoil. I mean, I literally have seen grown men get tears in their eyes when they had to go for shotgun quail. But like in my day when I was a cop, all we had for ammunition was 3-inch mags. And I don't want to shoot that gun. I got it, okay, so they're a lot better now. Okay, don't buy like Crazy Danny, the girl my staff girl, she shot the whole class with 3-inch Magnum, double-aught buck. I would no more, I'd rather take an ass whipping than do that, okay? Then you don't have to anymore.
3, 2, 5, 1, 5, and move right.
A shotgun is a rifle, okay, at 10 yards, and you find a 30-foot shot inside your house. That's a pretty far shot, usually from a bedroom wall, across the bedroom, down the hallway. That's a big shot, okay? And then if you look at it like 10 to 30, in my opinion, if you could get everyone in a shotgun fight to be 10 to 30 yards away, you're gonna get your money and it's worth out of it, because the pellets are gonna be at a big enough thing where they're still very effective, but they haven't started to go where now you're getting edge, peripheral, or off hits. Okay, so if we could pick a range, you know, the front yard's full of zombies, 10 to 30 yards, work on them with shotguns, they'll be really unhappy. And, you know, they'll kind of get an idea. 30 to 50, you'll get holes in the patterns where you'll hold right on and you get a pellet, a pellet, a pellet, and you go, wouldn't that be good? Yes, I didn't say it wasn't good. I said you were looking for 9 pellets, maybe you didn't get 9 pellets. That's because it's starting to now, because we'll see a lot of targets when we just do a regular straight up class, that you'll see like this area right here completely unscathed, and then pellets in the peripheral. So I think, okay, and again, the way to cure it is to check your ammunition and get an idea about it. 50 to 100 yards, the gun's gonna go back to a rifle. People go, well, I gotta get rifled sights on? No, you don't, okay? Most beaded shotguns is very simple. Rifle slug, the guy's anywhere from 50 to 100 yards away. Get the gun, load the gun, point it right at his belt buckle and pull the trigger. Okay, it's a freaking 700 grain projectile. If you hit him in the knee, you f*** him up. You hit him in the forehead, you give him a canoe rack. Okay, this idea of I gotta have. I don't know if I gotta have. I would try to zero the gun maybe at 25 or 35 yards with rifled slugs. Okay, and that's gonna give me the best aiming point. And then the pattern should pretty much print around that, but not necessarily so. You just gotta like take a look at it and see what's going on. So, like I said, the most consistent thing about the guns are inconsistent, but I don't worry about it. You know, instead of like spooling off on a tirade, you know, and going on a, you know, YouTube rant, just shut up and go shoot the gun. I want to pause for just a second because I want to show you guys this, okay? Jack, will you help me for a second? So like if you take it over there, this is a good general guideline for most people in home defense with a shotgun. I am the end of the muzzle, okay? You can go ahead and back down, pull it tight. This is how big the pattern's gonna be inside here. It'll spread a nominal 1 inch per yard from the target to about 15 or 16 yards, and it'll start to get slightly erratic based on what you got. This would be especially true with the pellet and the flight control, the copper-coated ones. This is a real, only now you know that instead of just these singular, flat, one-dimensional planes you see, it would be tubular in nature, so it would literally come there. Now, if Jack holds his arm out away from him, okay, the other one, just push it up, yep, there. This is what I'm always bitching about as far as people aiming the gun. All he's got to do, all I have to do is yank on the trigger slightly, and that whole load of buckshot is going to blow the fuck out of the bathroom wall, but it isn't going to hit him. So I still need to aim the gun. Does that make sense to you? So this is a very good visual for people to see. When I aim the gun, this is what's going to happen. And then the better your ammunition, the tighter it will be, okay? You know, as far as like flight control, yeah, you're right. And I would be willing to bet all of you $100, which I'll give you, okay, if it didn't shoot better with coated pellets and flight control than just a regular load of buckshot. Because if you think about it, and when we chunk them down the barrel, if it's soft lead, it's got to have skid marks and abrasions on it. So people like, and I show you, we can do it today, we will. You can shoot a hostage situation, you just got to know the gun really well. Would I recommend it? No. Okay, and I recommend it not because of the errant rounds. You'll see like 8 really good pellets right here in the bad guy, and then 1 pellet right between the fucking eyes of the hostage, okay? Because that one, if you could recover it, it's got a shaved, dimpled side, which is why the copper coating, nickel coating, is so much better, because it doesn't let the lead pellets become scarred. First thing I want you to do is grasp what the gun's gonna do. So we're gonna do it with buckshot and birdshot, so make sure that when I ask you to do buckshot, and every once in a while someone dicks it up, don't get excited, it's just like, but if we can keep them sorted out, it's cool, okay, to do it on bird and bud. And the thing is, if we still look at it, the distances that we're firing the gun, and I showed you the visual aid as far as that elongated pattern thing. And this will give you an idea, or start to give you an idea of what your gun is actually gonna do with said ammo. We'll like load a single round at 3, shoot it, we'll back up a couple yards, 5, back up a couple yards, 7 or 10, whatever we decide to do, okay? And then we'll do it with bird and buck. And you remember what I told you about the pattern? Generally 1 inch, okay, per yard. A lot of times in buckshot is slightly smaller. A lot of times in bird shot is slightly bigger. So I'm not surprised by that. There's just more pellets and there's more junk moving around, okay? But it's easy sleazy, okay? Load 1. Hold on the top mark, okay? Now be careful and press the trigger. Don't lean on it. You already know it's not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna let that happen. Just press it out careful. Okay, good. Back up 2 steps. You can fire when you're ready. Okay, good. Awesome. Back up. Okay, bottom mark. Hold on. Go ahead, fire when you're ready. Okay, good. Check the gun for clear and safe. Cool, because I didn't know what was going to happen, but it did. That's like 9 pellet stuff, right? Must be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's 9. Okay, this is number 4 buck. Okay, so this will show you what we were talking about when we talked about changing the loads. 3 inches, no problem. 3 yards. Okay, weigh 5 inches inside the head. Now you start to get back a little bit farther, and because you have more pellets, your pattern is going to be bigger. You're throwing more crap at them. Okay, now you're throwing smaller pellets, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but if you shoot them with that, they're not going to be happy. Then the other one is double aught buck. Okay, it still says the same thing. 3 says like way easy 5. Okay, and this one's way easy 7. Okay, 10, 8, whatever we were. Okay, so it's basically doing what it's supposed to do. And then if you're like serious, this is my gun, this is my primary gun, then I would pattern the gun on out. And okay, what I'll use as a guideline, how far? What's the farthest you see inside your house? Okay, and then it might be different if we lived on a ranch in Montana or if we live downtown like some shithole like Portland. Okay, the shotguns, the other thing is there's a little bit of weight issue. So it's 3 places. The gun slung, like hung in the closet, whatever, they're the same to me. You pick the gun up and go to ready. Ready is the same ready you'd use with a pistol. I put the gun between me and what I don't like. I don't lead with the muzzle around the corner, okay? And then, try to maximize the distance on any corners that I'm working. And then on target, on trigger, and on target and on trigger doesn't mean I'm gonna shoot them. It means I'm gonna shoot them if they don't do what the fuck I tell them. And if I shoot them and they don't do what I tell them, then I shoot them again. But it's nothing personal, just the way it works, okay? Really, really, really remember getting your body weight behind the gun, okay? The butt of the gun doesn't go here on the rotator, okay? And the butt of the gun doesn't go here. To me, like a right-handed, so it's left leg, I'd have my left leg mostly forward, and it won't matter because your feet are always gonna probably be moving in a fight or you'll be shot anyways. But as much body weight as I can keep on that leg, okay, and keep it flexed. So like if we had to pick a number, 60 on the front, 40 on the back. Ready, up! Good, load. Body weight behind the gun. And then if you want to know where to put the gun, like if you're helping other people, because I know you do, just have them go, okay, this is your trigger hand. Yeah, great. Just reach in here and grab your armpit. When you grab your armpit, your thumb 99% of the time lays exactly where it goes, okay? You should go, if you visualize like looking at your wife with a bra, where the bra strap is, that's where the butt of that gun goes, okay? So that way you got it in the right place there so you can work on it, okay? So other than that, we should be okay.
4, 5.
That's a wrap.
Awesome.